Ever feel like you're trying to find your way through a thick forest when it comes to autism support? I mean, where do you even start? Well, in this explainer, we're going to lay out a clear roadmap, a real strategy to help you find the local resources and lifelines your family needs. Let's clear a path through that forest together. This quote, man, it just hits right at the heart of it, doesn't it? That late night worry about the future, about where to turn next. This comes from a parent named Candace, and her experience is probably going to sound really familiar to a lot of you. So, to make sure our strategy is grounded in the real world, we're going to follow Candace's journey. Her story really shines a light on the exact challenges that make having a clear plan so incredibly important. So, Candace's son was diagnosed when he was just 3 years old. And right away, bam, she's thrown into the world of Individualized Education Plans, or IEPs. Now, these are basically super important plans that lay out the support a school will provide. Candace found out fast that a lot of parents feel totally lost. Some don't even know that schools are federally required to provide these accommodations. And then, on top of all the school stuff, there's that huge, heavy concern for the future. What happens when we're not around anymore? It's that mix of immediate battles and long-term worries that can just feel like so much. Okay, so we get the emotional weight of this. We know why it's tough. Now let's switch gears and get practical. How do we actually tackle this? Let's build a real, concrete search strategy that's going to cut right through all that confusion. All right, the very first thing you have to understand is this. There is no single magic website with all the answers. It just doesn't exist. The whole support system is fragmented, it's decentralized, and what that means for you is that you can't just do one search and call it a day. You've got to have a multi-pronged approach if you're going to find what you really need. The best way to do this is with something we're going to call the funnel strategy. It's a really simple but super powerful idea. You start broad, right at the top of the funnel, with the big national organizations. Then you start to narrow your focus down to state and local resources. And finally, you zero in on community-specific support that's a perfect fit for you and your family. See? Broad to specific. Easy. Okay, let's get started at the top of our funnel. Step 1. Tapping into those big national players who have that bird's eye view of everything that's out there. Just think of these groups as your home base. They're your foundation, they have huge networks and tons of resources, all designed to point you in the right direction no matter where you happen to live. And here's exactly how you can use them. Let's break it down. For the Autism Society, look for their database called Autism Source. You can search by zip code and by the service you need. Here's a little pro tip. Start your search with a broader word like therapy before you get super specific. Then you've got Easterseals. They have state autism profiles that give you a great snapshot of services in your area. The Administration for Community Living, or ACL, has state councils everywhere that can connect you to local help. And hey, don't sleep on US Gov. Its Benefit Finder tool is a really fast way to see what federal disability benefits you might be able to get. Okay, so once you have that big picture from the national groups, it's time for step 2 of our funnel. We're going to narrow that search and find help much, much closer to home by using local and state government portals. I mean, this is the million-dollar question, isn't it? How do you actually go from some big national website to finding a specific therapist or a support group right there in your county? Well, the answer is often hiding in plain sight. Seriously, your state and local government websites are incredibly powerful tools that so many people just don't think to use. Here's how you find them. Just search for phrases like Your State Disability Portal or Your County Human Services. A lot of states, like Missouri, have these awesome portals that let you filter your search for the exact service you need, like legal aid or respite care. And once you've found some promising services there, you are ready for the final step of the funnel, reaching out directly to those local centers and support groups. This is where you find the help that's truly tailored for you. We've covered the strategy, right? The how-to. But now let's talk about the single most important part of this entire equation, and that's you. Because a strategy is only as powerful as the person who's using it. This right here, this is the most important thing you'll hear today. More than any doctor, any teacher, any therapist, you are the expert on your child. Your voice, your knowledge, your gut feeling, that is what makes this whole system work for them. Never, ever forget that. So let's do a quick recap. What are the big takeaways? First, the system's a bit of a maze, so a multi-pronged search is your key to success. Second, use that funnel strategy to keep yourself organized. Start broad with national groups, then narrow it down with state portals, and finally get specific with community-level help. And last but definitely not least, please remember that you are not alone on this journey, and your voice and your commitment are the most powerful tools you have. Look, this journey can be complex. There are absolutely going to be moments of uncertainty, but now you have a strategy, you have a plan, and you know that you are your child's greatest champion. You can move forward with confidence. You've got this.